Okay, we just arrived in our new spot. You happy?
Beautiful spot. We're surrounded by mountains everywhere.
Straight up. Look
We're
how
in California.
we're in California. We are in Joshua Tree, BLM. It's a beautiful freaking area. And we just also wanted to show y'all
what it takes to live.
we had to get our RV front to back level. So this is the back, normal looking, right? It's pretty normal, pretty high off the ground.
When it's hooked up, it looks just like
Well, let's keep going to the front and see what it takes to get it level. And we're losing room. We're losing room. We are losing room. It is
bam! Smack dab on the floor.
on the freaking floor to be level. Isn't that nuts?
But we got it in the center right at the last.
Right, it won't go anymore.
bit.
That right there is as low as the hitch,
We would have had
the leg
to
will go.
rehook everything up to the
Oh,
truck
man.
and then move it.
Oh, we got it though, right?
We got it.
Boom.
Boom. Oh, he's stuck. Oh, the four-wheel drive kicked in. Broly, what do you think Daddy did? Riding off into the sunset.
All right, so how's everybody doing? We are at our
Tip of the mountain.
yeah, but our campsite would be Joshua Tree. So we're in Joshua Tree right now. We got here 2 days ago. You're allowed to stay here like 14 days, so it's like perfect. This is the most beautiful spot we've stayed in so far. And we came up here to do this video, but we ended up just kind of like
Pretty steep.
recording and worshiping, and it was really nice. And then Kieran, which I didn't even know, told me that she saw a verse today, and I mean, it was really speaking to her. And it's kind of funny that we came up here and started singing and worshiping, and I'll let her tell you a little bit about what the verse was.
In Colossians 3, let the word of Christ dwell in you richly, teaching and admonishing one another in all wisdom, singing psalms and hymns and spiritual songs with thankfulness in your hearts to God. And I posted even before I remembered about the verse that I was reading this morning. I posted a picture on Instagram, and it was about worshiping and sitting here and just being in awe of everything that He's created, and the song that we were listening to with it, which was I Will Wait For You by Shane and Shane. And then I remembered this, so I kind of wanted to tell you guys.
So let me show y'all a little bit of even. Oh, you know what? Well, I'm gonna.
You can tag it in.
Yeah, I'll put it in the video what we were just recording and all that, so you'll be able to see around us and whatnot. But let me show you where we are. And our bikes are.
They're all the way over there.
Okay, they're over there. You can't see them. But it's kind of a cool little area, and we're just sitting on these rocks, which is pretty sweet. You can't tell, but we're pretty high.
Considered a small mountain, but it's
Yeah,
rocks.
we're pretty high right now, so it's actually a pretty sweet scenario that we're in right now. So, all right, let's get to the video. So, this is going to be a pretty short video, but we just wanted to kind of talk about how we, at our last spot, kind of the Lord kind of replenished us with the company of two wonderful people, Doug and Debbie. So I guess let's just start real quick to how we met them. So we were at a winery. It was nighttime, and we ran into Doug with his dog, and didn't really, get into deep conversation because it was night. He was on his way to his RV, and we were on our way to our RV. But the next morning, Kieran went outside to walk the dogs, and she ran into them, and she was talking to them a bunch.
It was the dog's fault we ran into them because they saw Reagan, their dog, and so they were trying to come figure out what was going on. And then I talked to them for a few minutes. First Debbie, and then Doug came out, and it was just like, what is the plan? Like, where are we going? Well, you know, we were talking about Wi-Fi for a while because that's so important if you're working on the road. And yeah, that was about it. And then I told them that we were doing a YouTube channel and we're just traveling around. So we exchanged numbers. And then they told us where we were, asking us where we were going. And I told them we're heading to Phoenix and then heading to California. And they said, oh, we're going to Phoenix too. And then we're going to Quartzsite. You should go there. It's a really amazing BLM land. So we didn't have a plan for where we were going that week.
And so they actually left before us that morning.
Yeah, like a couple hours.
A couple hours before us. And then we actually ran into them on the road. We went to this place called Dwayne's Jerky. Really good beef jerky.
But look, you can't not go to this jerky place that has a crocodile and a shark on it. It's like every huge sign.
It's shark jerky, alligator jerky, you name it. Jerky, rabbit, deer, you name it. So it's pretty awesome. But lo and behold, we freaking run into them there, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, neighbor?" Which is kind of funny because you don't meet somebody again after meeting them.
Exactly.
You know, so not usually on the road like that. We met them there, and it was just kind of like happenstance, and then nothing. You know, we didn't really talk about anything there. It was just kind of funny. But then she got to talking with them a little bit more. And they said that they were going to
the Quartzsite place.
Quartzsite.
Give us information on where it was at and stuff. So they were keeping us posted with the address. They gave me their address.
Just like where they are and stuff like that. Yeah. And then they said, hey, we're gonna stop here. It's right on the border of California, which is where we're going. And they said it's beautiful here. And so, anyways, we're just like, yeah, let's freaking do it. And so we showed up and he kind of like was on the phone with us, telling us how to get in, and then we pulled in. Very freaking awesome people, and we pull in, and he's sitting there waving. He's like, I'm over here. He's like, you park wherever you want. This actually we came in a time where in this area there was 100,000+ RVs, if you can imagine that, in a widespread amount of land. 100,000+
in that little town.
RVs in this little town that doesn't get much action any other time of the year. This is an event. It's a 2-week event. So and we weren't expecting it, but it was really amazing, which kind of ties into the next little bit. So that night we ended up going over to their RV and having a good time, playing games and getting to know them, which was really nice and amazing. It was a really good time. And the next day, we invited them over to our RV, and I made them dinner, and it was so the whole food thing was a back and forth thing, which is really nice. So I made them dinner, then they took us to lunch the next day, and then we
did lunch the next day.
Then they took us to lunch, and then the next day they did lunch.
We did lunch.
Dinner. They did dinner, the chicken sandwiches and stuff like that. It was really good. Oh my gosh, this dude knows how to cook. Like, I don't like to give people props because, I like to consider myself a very good cook, but this guy, he's a very good cook, so he's really nice with it. Very, very sweet and constant back and forth, just giving and taking. It was really, really nice time. And come to find out, like, we're all believers. And I think on the road, on our ministry that we're doing, it's a lot of wanting to tell people about Jesus, unbeliever or people who may be far away from their faith or whatever, but mostly just to spread Jesus. And it's kind of nice when you run into, because you don't expect to spend this. We spent 5 days with them. Oh yeah. Like 5 days.
And it was natural.
It was so seamless.
When we were hanging out, I was like, hey, can I get a cup of water? They're like, don't ask for anything. You know where it is. Go grab it. And I'm like, we're family now.
and so it was nice. God knew that to run into them was a rejuvenation time we needed. Because you don't get that on the road consistently. Like, okay,
especially during COVID.
Yeah, you meet people, and it's a quick, hey, how you doing? And maybe it turns into a night of something or whatever. And we've kept in touch with so many people, actually, so it's really nice. But to spend 5 days, 5 days with other believers who are they're very kind, very gentle in their words. You can tell they give from the heart, and they do things out of just love, and they live the life and it's a beautiful thing to see. And I mean, we'll post pictures of them, and if you haven't seen them on Facebook already, but videos and pictures that we've done with them. But just a fantastic couple.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like really. Oh, and then me and him sat outside of his RV and watched like football, like on the TV, which was really cool.
I baked cookies for 2 days out of the 3 days. We did cookies, and we were just out on the town the 2 days because we went to the little event, so we were hanging out every morning.
Went out
all
shopping
day.
and like he would give me little pointers and tips about things he does with their RV, or how they have something that helps them or whatever, and it would just suck me right in. Like, he's a salesman. He's not a salesman, but he's a salesman without knowing it, because every time he would say something like, I need that, I want that, I need that. So it was kind of a funny thing. So yeah, she actually will post the pictures. She already did on Facebook, but we'll repost some pictures of the cookies she did with Debbie, which these two are just, I already know Kieran is just like the most creative mind that I know. And then to meet Debbie, like, they're just like
it was a duo. We were like, let's start our Etsy shop right now. Let's do this.
So I mean, all this to be said, that we just had a fantastic time, and we just wanted to post a small video of just kind of like, it was just an amazing time, and we wanted to kind of shine some light on it.
Put everything together from every second, from being at a winery all the way to meeting at the next place.
Hundreds and hundreds of miles from where we met them, and we meet them again, and we just end up having this great time.
Did you want to mention the other one that we talked to at the where Dan West was?
Well, sure, yeah. So before we went to that winery, we actually I posted on our last video. His name's Dan West. So we were there, and I only quoted the fact that we had a good spiritual conversation with him. But anyways, he's a phenomenal guy. God has blessed him with some really freaking vocal cords, man. Yeah. Sounds just like Don Williams. I kid you not. Or if he's watching this, Don Williams sounds like him. But we had a great conversation about Jesus, and about how he asked us where we're from and what we're doing, and we told him, and the reason we're doing it is for the ministry. And we started talking about our relationship, and he was telling us about his, and we told him, yeah, you can't do it without Christ, and he seconded that motion, and he was him and his wife have been married forever, and it's just kind of seeing Doug and Debbie, and then hearing about him and his wife's relationship, and just seeing the fact that they're all together this long, and it's never a pretty picture, the whole way through a marriage, because it takes work, it takes grinding, it takes Jesus, but the lasting knowing that you're going to be together, because it's what Christ meant to be. Like, when you marry someone, it takes hard work. But Jesus, it takes three. It takes you, the person you're with, and Jesus. And to see that in Doug, Debbie, Dan, and his spouse, is just, it kind of gives us courage, because they are older than us, and it kind of shows us, that's what Jesus does. Because we've already seen it in our relationship, but then to see Dan, I forget, it's like maybe 25 years they've been together or something. And then for Doug and Debbie, I think it's 40 years, 40 plus years they've been married 40 years, and then together maybe longer. So just to see stages in life that people are in, but that Jesus is pushing them forward in that walk in their marriage is just an amazing thing.
You just see Jesus working in everything. It's not just connecting people.
It's not just you
ministering and talking. It's like in relationships.
Yes.
You just think like, okay, we have a bubble where we live at in Houston, and where, oh my gosh, there's a hummingbird.
Where?
Oh.
Where'd he go?
He was right there right there. You see him?
Oh, a hummingbird.
You hear him? I need my hummingbird feeder out.
As you can tell,
Debbie sold me
we
on the
don't see many hummingbirds.
Not in the desert. Okay, but anyways, living in your little bubble in your town or whatever, you see Jesus working through what you have going on, but you don't see it in the world. You sometimes just, you get so disheartened, and you think that, like, where is Jesus in the world? We don't get to see it because we don't explore and we don't venture out, unless you go on mission trips and you do stuff like this where you're out in the world. But it's so nice to see that, God's everywhere. He always is. He's never not been, but to see it firsthand through people that you just don't expect to like go to a little place that you're staying at and meet, Jesus followers.
Well,
just
and
at
that's
every-
the thing too, is that you, like she's saying, in your own bubble, but you could not even just your own town, but in your own relationship with Christ. So your own personal one, but then when you're married, y'all's relationship with Jesus, like it's not, Jesus isn't exclusively for an individual or for any marriage. Like, hey, he works in everyone, and it's just kind of a beautiful thing to venture off and see. So, and then also Zach, at the same place that we met Dan, we met Zach. So Zach just walked up to us and
he said, "You look like my youth pastor."
yeah, he told me I look like one of his pastors.
He's bald.
I'm like, maybe it is me. Maybe maybe it was me. But he walked up and he gave us a book and he's like, hey man, you should read this part. And the Spirit was leading him into coming and talking to us. And so we had a great long conversation with him, and it was again, it's just seamless. I mean, in the sense of the topics we talked about, and the understandings of the way the world is working spiritually, and the ebbs and flows of the darkness and but Christ obviously reigning, but just the ebbs and flows of everything happening right now. Just very like-minded in that. And it was a fantastically, again, rejuvenating conversation. Me and Kieran walked straight into the RV after talking to him down by the where the games were. Yeah, by the bar and grill. And we walked into the RV and we were just like, are you kidding me, Lord? Like, thank you for allowing us to be able to talk to someone and bringing someone to us, again, to be rejuvenated and to have not easy conversations that most people would assume, but for us and for Zach, they were good.
Yeah.
Good, like they meant something. It wasn't just nonsense. It was conversation that meant something.
Because we live in a world full of darkness, but I think the light prevails over everything.
It already has.
He reigns supreme, and everywhere that there is darkness, there's more light, and it's just been a blessing to be able to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically that's it. We're gonna like cut it off now because we're approaching a long time. And so thanks.
We gotta go chase hummingbirds.
We gotta go chase some hummingbirds. We are loving this adventure right now. It's again not an easy thing to overcome your own selfish desires when you're doing this and wanting to just make it a fun time. But we have a bunch of people in our lives. We have a bunch of people in our lives who love us. We have a bunch of people in our lives who love us and who care deeply about us and about our spiritual walk, and have been giving us a lot of good, warranted reproach, and it is continuing to light fires in us. And we are going to continue to pursue Christ and pursue people in Christ. Satan has no hold over us or over this world. He has been given a small leash for a time being, and that leash is starting to run out, and he knows it, which is why things are starting to ramp up in the world for seems like the worst. But Jesus reigns, and he's still on the throne, and he's at the right hand of the Father, and that will never change. So we will be posting more videos. Just stay tuned, like and subscribe, please, and share it if you think this video will bless somebody. Continue to pray for us, and we'll continue to pray for y'all. Please comment if you need prayer, or if you want to say a prayer for us, or just if you want to say anything in the comments. That would be fantastic. We love each and every one of you.
Hashtag Kier Cam and your
This is
Cam
why I've been
out.
holding this whole time, because I'm gonna fall.
Hashtag Kier
Cam.
Hashtag
Kier Cam out.
There you go.